champions are made.
Back live on ESPN Plus from inside of the PEC Arena. Ben Robertson and Tavares Hardy with you for this Baltimore rivalry matchup between Morgan State and Coppin State on this final day of the MEAC regular season. Take a look at the players to watch coming into this one. Obviously, Cameron Hobbs has been filling it up for this Morgan State team. Toby Nadozie always makes everything go for this Coppin State squad. How can these two guys set the tone today, Tavares?
Yeah, it's like you said, filling it up is what Hobbs does. Shooting 38% from three, gets to the foul line. He makes them at a high clip. He's really going to be the one to try to make Morgan go tonight. And then again, Toby Nadozie just getting his rhythm back. He just didn't have the best rhythm in their last game against Maryland Eastern Shore, but he was coming off the reigning MEAC Player of the Week accolade, and just want to see him be aggressive and see if Coach Stewart can really draw up a couple things to get his rhythm.
Here is Nadozie, pull up in the lane, got it to go.
And I love that because, again, against a zone, it's not always going to be black and white. You got to find your holes. You got to find your areas. Getting it into the middle can really disrupt the zone defense, especially a 2-3.
Akatobi up top, gives it up. Cameron Hobbs, who we just highlighted. Hobbs finds Lawson, left wing, triple, left it short. Ward, recently back into the lineup for this Coppin team, hauls in the rebound. Sorry, Harrison checked in at the break. A little bit out of control and turns it over. Will Thomas, as well as Harrison, down to the floor, and Coach Brodus gets a quick timeout in to keep possession.
Yeah, you get the use it or lose it timeout in the first half, and so, oftentimes as a coach you want to save it, so maybe you can draw up a play at the end of the first half. But that time, in a tight game, possessions matter. So I'm sure Coach Brodus was okay with his player calling a timeout there.
This Coppin State team huddling up here at the timeout. Coming into that Maryland Eastern Shore game, felt like there was some momentum for this squad. Got the win, of course, against Howard, reigning MEAC champs a couple of weeks ago. Had a good performance over the weekend against Delaware State as we check out the league standings, and felt like down there, Maryland Eastern Shore, I know they're neck and neck in terms of the standings, but felt like maybe had the advantage in that game and had a great start to that game and just didn't carry it through. How can Coppin bounce back today?
Yeah, well, it's like you can see every game kind of means something, right? Norfolk, South Carolina State, their battles, the respective battles tonight mean something, right? Who wins the outright crown? Even Coppin, Maryland Eastern Shore at the bottom, it means something. All those guys bunched up in the middle. You want to try to get the best seeding you can get, and so both these teams are vying for a win tonight to try to help that positioning.
Remember, MEAC tourney underway next week. Akatobi at the rim draws a foul. Hobbs got inside, dished it off to the big fella.
Again, Morgan, they don't shoot a whole lot of threes. They really try to attack, but their guards are unselfish. As good of a scorer as Hobbs is, they'll drop it off to the bigs. They want to draw guys and be able to make the right basketball play. Coach Brodus does a great job on both sides of the ball of working with this group.
Oduro picking up the whistle. Daniel Akatobi, 6'9", 230 pounds from Fairfax, Virginia. Go to Candace first.
Yeah, I love his activity around the basket. And the way that Kevin Brodus' squad play, they move him around different spots. And so Oduro has to play him inside, has to play him outside. A lot of different looks coming from Morgan State.
Jonathan Dunn, Julius Ellerby. Ellerby bringing it up here. Checked in for Oduro and Horton. Just over 5 minutes played. 9-6 Morgan State lead here inside the PEC Arena. Nadozie turnaround at the foul line, couldn't connect.
Yeah, and that's a shot you got to shoot it with confidence, no hesitation. If he can get that shot consistently throughout, plan is that he'll make a lot more than he'll miss.
Amari Simpkins pass there, too strong for Will Thomas to handle. Ellerby brings it back the other direction, kick back out to Ward. Now Harrison trying to get downhill, driving at Simpkins. Simpkins got his hands on the basketball, but it's a foul going against 11 in the orange jerseys.
Yeah, as we talked about a lot, Ben, when Harrison gets into the game, really look for him to try to get downhill. Right? He's a powerful guard, not incredibly tall, but he really likes to get into the paint and come to that 2-foot stop and explode, power up, able to draw the contact and get to the line.
Zari Harrison, the redshirt senior guard, like you said, headed to the stripe here. We've seen his minutes just get ticked up just a little bit over the last month or two, and while maybe not scoring a whole bunch, we've seen him provide some just good action for this Coppin team as you check out the foul again against Simpkins.
Yeah, a lot of it when you play, Harris, you play Brown, right? They're two legitimate guards, point guards. They've been doing it their whole lives, and I think earlier in the season, Coach Stewart was going with the bigger guards who were kind of combos, and it's kind of helped calm this team down, having these guys that kind of know how to run a team.
Able to get the second to go. It's a 2-point game. Lawson extends his arm and knocks Harrison to the ground. Offensive whistle going against Rob Lawson.
Again, using that body, using his power, his low center of gravity. We saw the explosive play on offense, but those same traits translate on the defensive side of the ball as well.
Nadozie brings it ahead for this Coppin team. Reigning MEAC Player of the Week, trying to get going again, leading scorer on the Coppin offense. Ellerby downhill drive, hangs in the air, no good at the rim.
Yeah, they had a little success with the weave to a step-up screen earlier in the game. Now they're just kind of leaving it open. I like the drive, but would be interested to see if they come back to that step-up, try to create the 2-on-1.
Hobbs working on the wing, carries up top for Lawson. Lawson feeds it down low. Akatobi trying to get to work in the post. Muscles up and over Jonathan Dunn for two.
It's a different matchup with Dunn versus when Oduro's in the game. And Morgan's definitely going to try to go inside and take advantage of that size difference with Dunn in.
Coppin looking to answer down 4. Harrison off the mark with the three-pointer. Akatobi able to chase it down.
Yeah, the 2-3 zone doing his job right now. Stagnated Coppin a little bit. Want to see more flowing to their offense.
Trent Edwards, everything he could do, but couldn't get it to go at the rim. Nadozie in transition, hangs and finishes.
And right on cue, the best offense is a great defense. You're able to get stops, you're able to get turnovers and get out and run. You don't have to worry about them getting set and have to figure out their zone.
Hobbs, side step, pass picked off by Julius Ellerby. Run out for Julius, layup good, and one. Foul on Trent Edwards.
A little bit of an awkward step at the end there. It's funny sometimes that fumble of the ball, you watch him lose it a little bit, and it almost hurt the finish, but it definitely helped the foul in the and one. So sometimes it's better to be lucky in those situations.
Ellerby, who we've seen in and out of the starting lineup for Coppin State this year, ties the game up there with that 2 and trying to take the lead now at the line with the and one play.
Yeah, Julius Ellerby he's had a solid season, and Coach Stewart has high expectations for him. And sometimes when you can have a breakaway like that, you make your free throw, it can really get you going for a big-time basketball game.
Morgan State down 1. Feed inside. Akatobi goes right at Ellerby. Hung, took the contact, and banked it in.
Little return the favor. That was a nice step-up screen execution from Morgan State to a nice pick-and-roll pass. I love the finish. I love the catch. Very, very good action, very good execution.
Going to say, how about Akatobi being able just to control his body in the air and get that to go?
Yeah, the verticality attempt was there, but sometimes you can hang a little longer and you use your arms, and is able to get the three-point play.
Free throw goes. Morgan State back up 2. Nadozie working the other direction on Titan Newton. Gives it off. Harrison. His layup no good. Akatobi chucks it ahead. Simpkins couldn't haul in the pass, and Morgan State turns it right back over.
Yeah, Sparrow got away with a little bit of a hold on that one. It's hard in the transition moment, so he was rewarded. But right attempt to try to attack after that tough missed layup.
Ellerby and co. looking to answer back. Kick out up top. Cameron Sparrow on for the first time this evening. Dunn gathers himself, lays it up and in.
Yeah, I liked Cameron Sparrow attacking as well. I thought he gave a good spark last couple games, and it's good to see him out here, the local product from Newtown High School, looking to make aggressive plays for Coppin.
Hobbs off the catch, goes up, rimmed out on him. Nadozie Hesitation, crossover, pass Will Thomas, corner kick. Sparrow gives it back to Nadozie. Ellerby will set up shop up top for this Coppin team. Working on Akatobi. Ellerby can work with this matchup. Akatobi holding his ground, though. Harrison attacking from the wing. Rips through. Off-balance shot, no good. Nadozie trying to keep it alive, and a foul is going to go against Coppin State in the backcourt.
Pretty good defensive possession out there. Big fella able to stay in front on the perceived mismatch. But love this 14-14 battle that we have going on.
Tied up, 11:07 to go in this first half. We'll head to an under 12 media break inside the PEC Arena.